Welcome to the fourth episode of SSF Journal. I kept on farming Sanctum to drop Chains of Castigation. Now, I know that I've been obsessed with Penitent and Profane Proxy over the last two episodes, but the Sandstorm Visage is the most crucial unique in this whole build. I can't even dream about trying Ubers without it. While Hex Blast is a strong skill, it has a really low base crit chance, so you solve this by using Sandstorm Visage due to this modifier on the item. When I check the POB, I can see that I have about 80% critical strike chance. With this unique, however, I can even drop my increased critical strike support gem and replace it with trap and mine damage, and even drop my diamond flask, and I would still have 100% critical strike chance with Sandstorm Visage. It is that good. In the next Sanctum run, I dropped the relic, and on top of that I got 4 divines. Now it's time to do the run with Chains of Castigation. I never thought that this relic would make the Sanctum so hard. It disables everything on the Sanctum map. I don't even care about the rewards at this point, but you can't even see the room types and afflictions. So yeah, I failed the run. There's not much to do, I'll just keep farming. Fortunately, I dropped another relic. Before running the second relic that I dropped, I wanted to get as strong as possible, so I leveled to 98 by using Breach and Shrines. By the way, I leveled the same way to 100 in the Trade League. This strat is really strong, so I hope it won't get nerfed in 3.25. I also switched to a Restless Ward while doing this to get more movement speed. Then I ran an easy T17 map to get my 5th map slot. Since I dropped a lot of additional craft corpses in the previous episode, I will recraft the wand and hopefully get a better one. I got 3 wands from the craft. This is slightly better than the one I have. This one is total garbage. Now this one would have solved all my problems if it fractured crit strike chance instead of the spells one. I'll check the POB, but I think it will be better to craft on the first one that I got. I already have 3 fractures on the item, so crafting it with essences will be quite hard. That's why I've decided to farm Katarina and get a Veiled Orb. When I drop it, I will use it on the wand and hopefully get a prefix, and from that prefix I will unveil increased spell damage. Got the Veiled Orb. I crafted suffixes cannot be changed and used the Veiled Orb on this wand. Let's see if it's a prefix. But of course not. Never lucky. It doesn't matter what I pick since I will annul. I really want mine throwing speed because if I start using trap and mine damage support gem, my throwing speed will decrease even further. I want to at least keep it as it is. Now I will annul the new suffix. Nice, at least I hit the 50-50. Once I get the Sandstorm Visage, I will craft mine throwing speed on this and use it. By this time I've completed all the Maven invitations, so I wanted to get ready for the Feared. Because if I can't drop the helmet before I run out of tomes, Feared will be the last content in this series, unfortunately. After Atziri, I defeated the Chayula as well. I just love the naming of this item, along with United and Dream. Such a nice concept, in my opinion. I did one more Sanctum before attempting the relic run. I thought that if I dropped some other relics, it would make the run a bit easier. Before starting the run, I changed my Withering Step to a Wither setup with multiple totems, faster casting and spell totem support gems. I thought that applying Wither stacks would be infinitely better this way. Well, I thought I was ready for the run, but Sanctum had other plans for me. Like, what is even this in the first floor? The run is already too hard for me with utility flasks, and without them I don't think I will succeed at all. Well, of course, I failed again, and I got sniped as I died. That was quite humiliating. I'm not going to lie, at this point I was quite frustrated. I might have even raged a bit. Because I don't know whether I can drop Ender Relic. On top of that, sustaining Forbidden Tomes in SSF is not really a thing aside from the unique relics that grant you Forbidden Tomes when you finish the Sanctum. There is simply no way to increase the drop chance of tomes. You just have to kill a lot of monsters and pray that you drop one. I just wish they would change that. I ran another Sanctum, but no relic. I got 4 divines from this. I dropped another one. Now I can't fail this no matter what. I immediately jumped into it. And yes, I got it. I finally got it. This item will change the whole build from the ground up. I even dropped the relic for Balance of Terror. Nice. Now that I have the helmet, let's do this for one last time. I promise it's the last attempt that I will make. Like, I don't know what to say here. I will just use this clip to convey how I feel. I had some fractured corpses left, so I crafted some simple boots with movement speed and resist. Then I went back to my Sadist Garb and hit this while rolling it with fire modifiers. Now I will reforge another resist. Wow, would you look at that? That actually looks quite good. I thought about annulling the life, but I had a lot of divines. And what am I going to do with them, realistically? So I just did the metacraft from the bench and reforged defenses. It's certainly not that bad for SSF. And this is my final attempt to craft the wand. I rerolled it with Essence of Woe to hit T1 crit strike chance along with spell damage. I hit T2 crit chance here, but I don't think it will be enough to drop my diamond flask. Now I will just keep rerolling this with Essence of Woe until I run out of essences. I recrafted T1 crit strike chance on the wand, and now I will finish it as Chris Wilson himself intended. Yep, as you can see, it's quite beautiful. That's the final change in the wand. I ran that Balance of Terror relic. This would have been nice if I got the Wither stacking version, because finding 2 despair mods at the same time is just not going to happen. Since I'm kept on crit, even without the flask, I will gamble my way to a Taste of Fate. I don't recommend this, by the way, but I got it. As a Trade League player, you sometimes do things like this. Farmed the other relic, nothing useful. I looked for other ways to increase my damage before attempting Ubers, so I decided to farm Maven for Awakened Void Manipulation. I crafted this not so good jewel and walled it to get Corrupted Blood immunity. Now that I have Corrupted Blood immunity, I decided to get Sirus out of the way. Then for the final piece of the feared, I defeated the Cortex. Now it's time for the feared. I rolled the imitation above 70% quant. I've decided not to edit the fight. I will let you watch it first. Then I will briefly analyze on what I could have done differently. Enjoy. In all the feared invitations that I've done up until now, I always focus on Shaper and Cortex, and that's what I've done here as well. Now, before Shaper died here, I saw him using his slam ability. I flame dashed immediately, but due to the increased area of effect, I couldn't clear the distance. So I should have just kept moving after flame dashing. And here I couldn't move away from the flame blast in time, and that got me to half health. That's another mistake. And I died for the second time to the Chayula. I don't think I'm on the degen ground here. Chayula pretty much two-shot me. And finally I died to Elder. I don't know if I died to his slam that he does after these tentacles, but I don't think so. I think that the tentacles killed me. And for both Chayula and Elder, I should have just kept moving instead of standing still. So that's it pretty much for the analysis. I tried to keep it as short as I could. I hope you enjoyed it. You can learn from my mistakes and not do them if you're playing a build like this, and use it in your own feared runs. And after the fight I got a Watcher's Eye and a piece of the Adorned, but there's just no way that I will farm for it. So yeah, in general, the build is quite weak against physical damage, even with a taste of hate, and it is essentially weak to degens, because I have pretty much no life regen aside from Enduring Cry and Immortal Call. Out of 16 Maven Reds, I dropped about 3 Awakened Gems, I guess, but couldn't find the Awakened Void Manipulation. It is what it is, I guess. Alright everyone, next episode I will most likely do the Ubers, so please look forward to it. I will end the episode here. Thanks for watching. I'd appreciate it if you liked the video, comment down below and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you on the final episode. As always, have a good one.